Nebraska with an elimination game between two teams at opposite ends of the college baseball spectrum. Powerhouse Arkansas and Murray State. Here's the 1-2. He struck him out swinging. No, he swings. He lines it left center field. In for a base hit. Robinette scoring from third. Thomas going to third. The throw diving in ahead of it safely. Here's the pitch. He struck him out. Fastball, that's 6 in a row from Gage Wood.
Don't let us win this game tonight.
Here's the 1-2 of Malloy. Ground ball, base hit down the third base line, scoring Thomas. Davalon headed to third base. The left fielder talking. He picks it up and fires it in. Runners at second and third as Malloy makes it 2-0 Razorbacks. 0-2 to Talking. He struck him out swinging. The Rooster Crows in Omaha.
I got that wood.
The wind, the pitch. He struck him out swinging. A new school record, 18, and on the doorstep of history.
It hasn't happened in the history of baseball. Don't let us win today. That's all I'm trying to say.
1 out away from something that's much bigger than a win in Omaha. The 1-2 pitch. He struck him out swinging. Gage Wood hits him, and the Hawks win it 3-0. The greatest game ever pitched at the University of Arkansas. Here in downtown Omaha, Gage Wood throws a no hitter.
I shouldn't have hit the guy. That's it. That's all I got to say.
We will see you tomorrow.
Live from the Busch Light Studios, this is The Morning Rush with Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft.
4 days of June, 1 down, 3 to go. Hey, welcome into a Tuesday edition of the Morning Rush after Gage Wood gives the performance of his life at Charles Schwab Field. Summed it up like this.
We're not done yet.
You heard Dave's chuckle there at the end of the press conference. There have been moments that you've watched during the course of Razorback history that you'll remember the rest of your life. Well, Tommy, we saw one firsthand last night on ESPN with Gage's performance.
You'll remember where you were at. You'll remember what you were doing. You'll remember who you were watching the game with. And hopefully this isn't the biggest highlight of your time in Omaha.
Yep.
You know, I mean, you stop and you just let that soak in for a second. The no-hitter needs to be part of a bigger story. And maybe this is what will, be a launching pad into something even greater. But, one day at a time right now, just one day at a time. And you survive in advance to play another day. And Ty, the only issue you got right now is you have no idea who you're going to be playing. In about 9 hours or so.
Yeah, it's either going to be LSU or UCLA. Their game will start at 10 o'clock, about an hour from now. After it only made it 2.5 innings last night, whatever it was. LSU currently up 5-3. Up on the UCLA Bruins, into the third inning, so top of the fourth. So we'll see what happens tonight. I don't know if that favors Arkansas. I would guess, and Colton, help me, is it Ianson? Am I saying that pitcher's name right?
Anthony Ianson, yeah.
Yeah, Ianson. So he pitched last night. I'm going to guess that. I don't know. I would think he's either going to be not many innings today or not pitch at all. So that's one of the things that if you're Dave Van Horn and you're Matt Hobbs, you have to factor in, and We'll get to Gage's historic night coming up in just a bit. But looking ahead to tonight's matchup, either against the Bruins or against the Tigers, I'm going to guess you're going to have something similar like you had last night. Well, they'll play a few innings, and then they'll push it to tomorrow around 9 or 10 o'clock. I don't think Arkansas fans, Tommy, I know you were talking before the show, you don't want that. But I'm going to guess that's what happens. So that factors in to how you go about your pitching today, who you start. Hopefully you don't have to get anyone beyond a starter if you're only going a few innings, but I would guess that plays a role into who they announce later on today.
Ianson's got 44 pitches in for LSU. UCLA had already changed pitchers as Stump did not have the greatest starts after 2 innings. He was 56 pitches in, so they're into their second arm already. And Grothus has got 18 pitches. So, UCLA's got less of a pitching situation long-term. LSU's got, like I said, a decision to make. Everybody's arm is going to work a little different, respond a little different. So we'll see what LSU does here in about 55 minutes or so.
Yeah, and again,
either way, it's good news for Arkansas. Either way, it's an edge for Arkansas, but hopefully you don't get to tonight. Everybody's talking about rain and it not happening. I don't know. The Weather Channel app says throughout the evening about a 50-50 shot of rain, in the evening hours. So we'll see what happens.
So when you think about Gage's what he was able to accomplish last night, Colton, you kind of summed it up. I mean, he eclipsed certain stories nationally on whether it be SportsCenter, ABC. I mean, there's a lot going on in the world right now, not just sports-wise. And I saw a kid from Batesville all over the place on television last night.
You had the return of Shohei Ohtani to the mound, the middle of the NBA Finals, a pivotal game right in the middle of that series, and still the biggest story was a kid from Batesville putting the state on his back in an elimination game. It was awesome to see. I mean, there were tons and tons of people tweeting about Gage Wood, and he was on the Today Show. There was lots of stuff this morning about just what an awesome event we all got to witness last night.
Here's Matt Hobbs on his performance yesterday.
I think it's just a really great accomplishment for the kid, right? Him and Ryder Helfrich, our catcher, went and did that together. We don't call pitches. We don't do anything, get in their way in the game. Those two guys did that together.
And it wasn't just those two. It was Reese Robinette, who had a great play in the seventh inning, stabbing it first. It was a couple other guys that I know Vihivo Loy had a nice throw out from the shortstop position. So during the course of that game, you never felt like that Arkansas was going to eclipse that league as Gage kept rolling. But give credit to Arkansas's defense that came up big for Gage Wood and the rest of the team yesterday.
Yeah. Hey, if you're headed back to Omaha or you're there in Omaha, be sure and have the Hit That Line Now app powered by Taco Bell. Crispy chicken's better in a Taco Bell taco or burrito or both. Try Taco Bell's new crispy chicken taco and or burrito today at Taco Bell and get the Hit That Line Now app powered by Taco Bell.
So you think about history being made yesterday. Colton, you mentioned the NBA Finals, which the Thunder won. We'll get to that with Bruce Stanton coming up in just a bit. It's only the third no-hitter in College World Series history that's ever happened here. The last one was 65 years ago. 65 years ago. Let that sink in for a sec. The last time you saw something like that. Gage reacting after the game in real time.
0 hits, a lot of zeros. Game win. We won. We're moving on.
It's the 11th solo no-hitter in Arkansas history, and we thought we saw maybe the best performance of our lifetime when Hagen Smith did it against Oklahoma State in Dallas and Arlington. Well, Gage surpassed that with 19 strikeouts compared to his 17. And I don't want to short Hagen on a night that he had, but to do it on this stage, on the brink of elimination, which, by the way, let's also factor in the fact that you weren't up 5-0 or 10-0. I mean, this was with a 1-run lead and a 3-0 lead. It was a close game throughout. So it's not like he had a lax of pressure or, hey, I've got plenty of run support. I can do what I want. This was under, again, the entire game of an either one or tied or a 3-run lead. So that also, you got to give him credit for that too.
Yeah, and just dealing with the pressure of doing it on this stage. I mean, were you nervous? You were in the ballpark. Were you nervous?
Yes, I was.
Can you imagine being on the bump? Can you imagine being behind the dish? I mean, you talk about Gage Wood and the pressure of locating and hitting it. How about Helfrich knowing that, hey, I can't let one get by me? So I mean, just the pressure of the moment. I was nervous watching, just watching the game on TV. So I can only imagine, dealing with that pressure, pushing it out. And, there's no way you don't know what you're facing right there, particularly when you get to the 7th, 8th, 9th innings. I thought it was a masterful job by the team, and particularly Wood and Helfrich of just dealing with the moment on the sport's biggest stage.
Yep. A few texts here on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Oregon State, not Oklahoma State, Scott. That's my apologies. Tyler from Winslow says, I'm guessing Tommy had Ty come back before yesterday's game. I'm still here in Omaha. Knock on wood, they continue to win. Quentin in Clarksville says, first
Clearly
no-hitter.
You had nothing to do with it, though.
No, nothing at all. First no-hitter at the College World Series since they went to metal bats. So that's something, again, that you can add to Gage's trophy case
point
there. Michael in Fort Smith saying, start Beidle cheese until the rain delay, then bring in Root tomorrow. again, you brought up the idea of you don't want this to be the best thing that happens for you in Omaha. You want this to be a catalyst of what you could accomplish the rest of the way. DVH after the game just talking about Gage saving the bullpen.
Yeah, I mean, having him save our bullpen was great. If we get down today, you might have to go with the guy that's going to be starting tomorrow. And now we can sit on it tonight and make a decision tomorrow on who we're going to pitch, see who wins tonight, and go from there. But I just tell our guys, only thing we have is tomorrow, and that's what we did at practice yesterday. We just kind of got them out there early. We got up early and went out there and stretched casually, did what we needed to do, kind of move on, talk about today, and not really worrying about the next day because we had to take care of today. So same for tonight. Relax, get ready for tomorrow.
Well, they took care of today, and I think my two favorite things that I saw yesterday following Gage's performance was immediately after. So he throws that final pitch, final strikeout, and he puts his hand in a motion that singles out Arkansas, and he's yelling Arkansas, Arkansas into the camera. The other thing, I don't know if you saw, Tommy, the video of him tossing the ball to his dad. Said Happy Late Father's Day, which shows I don't know if there's a better Father's Day gift that was given out this weekend than what Gage delivered for Pops yesterday.
His family got a ton of TV time as the game unfolded yesterday. All right, Ties in Omaha, all of our live coverage in Omaha brought to you by Mock Legal Solutions, real advice, reasonable price by First Star Bank, your hometown bank for all your First. USA Fireworks Wholesale, the #1 wholesale fireworks company. Go to usafireworks.org. By Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue in Fayetteville on MLK. Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue, smoking good every time. And by our friends at McClarty. Daniel, it's never been easier to find your next ride. Experience it for yourself at McClartyDaniel.com.
I hear our friend Bruce Stanton. I know he's happy not just about the performance from the Razorbacks last night, but also the Thunder take Game 5, and that is our opening drive.
Rick Carlisle has to be restrained and picks up a technical foul.
He can get Williams has been out all night, falling away. 40 points for Jalen Williams. A playoff gem from Jalen Williams. Tyrese Halliburton, the Pacers, a strong comeback, but the Thunder have the answer. It's 3-2. OKC in front here in the NBA Finals.
This is the Morning Rush, and it's time for the opening drive.
How about that 40-piece from J-Dub last night? We welcome in our friend Bruce Stan to Pradco Fishing. I don't know if I saw that coming, Bruce.
Bruce, can you hear us?
Yeah, Tommy, I can hear you. I can't hear Ty.
I was a little bit worried about that being the case, but talk about the Thunder. Great game last night. Thought they were going to let it slip away at the end, but found a way to close the deal.
Man, when it got down 2 points, Thunder Nation was shaking a little bit, had the big lead, and then Jalen Williams took over, started hitting some threes, took it to the rack, and really gave the MVP, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the compliment he needed. That two-man combination just overcome, especially with Tyrese Halliburton not scoring from the field last night.
Yeah, it got a little tight at the end, but 120-109. 2 games to go, and the Pacers got to win twice. I like the position the Thunder are in. Hey, obviously the story of the day: Gage Wood, Omaha, sports biggest stage, has the no-hitter. Was one loose pitch away from a perfect game. I know you followed this as it unfolded. What an individual and team performance by Gage Wood, Helfrich, and the Razorbacks yesterday.
Oh, no doubt. I mean, it's captivating. In an era when we grew up, baseball was big. Anytime there was a no-hitter, whether it was Nolan Ryan or someone else, it was captivating. So to have that on TV and understanding how big a stage it was at the College World Series and seeing Gage Wood come through, seeing Robinette pick that ball off at first base and help his teammate out, and then just the class Gage Wood had going over and talking to his friend from Batesville and making sure he was okay, even though he struck him out all day long. Just a lot of class, the way he drug his hand across the Arkansas Razorback logo on his shirt, multiple.
Yep.
I don't know how you could endear yourself more to a fan base than he did yesterday.
No, and hopefully, I was telling Ty earlier, hopefully this isn't the biggest thing that happens in Omaha. Hopefully this isn't the highlight of the season right here. Hopefully the story doesn't pretty well come to an end with a no-hitter from Gage Wood. If it did, it's a great ending, but it's not the ending you're after. And you go back at it tonight, weather in the forecast, and heck, you don't even know if you're going to play LSU or UCLA. They got to pick it up in the fourth inning here within about 45 minutes or so.
Well, I would think that plays in the Arkansas's hands. Those guys got to, it's going to mess their pitching up yesterday, first of all. So, whatever pitching they had yesterday, that's gone. So they're going to have to bring someone else in. And, they're going to gut it out. They want to stay on the winner side of the bracket. So they're going to throw a bunch of arms at it. And you just got to think that'll help Arkansas as they play the loser of this game. And, maybe Arkansas is going to pray for rain and get an extra day of rest in there.
Yeah, maybe there's about a 50-50 shot hour by hour. If you get through the 6 o'clock hour tonight, at least according to the Weather Channel app, a little more likely conditions after, say, 7 o'clock. So I don't know how it's going to play out. You'll just deal with it as it goes. I just hope they don't start a game knowing, hey, we're only going to get an hour or so in. If you don't have the likelihood of getting 5 or 6 innings, I think it's totally unfair on this stage with what's at hand to ask teams to burn a starter to play 3 or 4 innings. Hopefully the NCAA, we've never counted on them for wisdom and wise decisions before, but hopefully those in charge don't make a decision that would really be a huge competitive disadvantage to both teams.
Well, you hope not, but when you place your hopes in the NCAA's hands, you're probably going to get let down. So, the good thing is Arkansas is on top of the baseball world right now, and you're right. What if this is the beginning of a championship run started by Gage Wood's no-hitter?
Yeah, and you just survive and advance, move on. I was talking with a buddy of mine last night, and I said, you're never at an advantage to lose, but think if you had won and beat LSU, which obviously you'd trade positions, but then Gage Wood got into a no-hitter, and you wouldn't maybe necessarily classify that going 3 innings in, but think if that was the kind of performance he's going to have, but had been in the evening and we got robbed of that. I mean, probably would have never known, but I mean, at least the bright silver lining in the cloud of losing to LSU was the bounce-back performance by Wood. I'm glad we didn't get cheated of that due to weather last night that LSU and UCLA fans are dealing with.
No, and it was totally the matchup. Murray State never seen anything like that. That was the big stage, and boy, they got to see it firsthand, didn't they?
Yeah, and man, what pride you'd have to have. You're a Batesville Pioneer right now. If you live there in Independence County, and Batesville's home for you, man. What civic pride you'd have to have with Cunningham and with Wood, man. It's a big day for Batesville and for their school and their coaches and for everyone connected. That you'd have to pump your chest out a little bit right now if you're from Batesville.
Well, whether you're from Batesville or you're just a normal Razorback fan or even an abnormal one, you're hoping Gage Wood gets another shot at it.
Well,
it's like if they get in that championship series.
Yeah.
You'd like to see him pitch again.
Well, sure. I'm just talking about you had Cunningham for Murray State there. You had 2 kids from the same school, both on
no doubt.
I mean,
no
I'm just
doubt.
talking from the perspective of not just being a Razorback, but being an Arkansan and to see 2 kids from the same town and the unlikelihood of Murray State being there, the unlikelihood of 2 kids from one school, facing each other, in an at bat. That to me is just a really cool story.
That'd be like 2 kids from Northside playing on the same NBA team, wouldn't it?
just about, and maybe winning an NBA final. Well, I was out doing a little fishing this weekend, Bruce. Water's up everywhere with all the rains. They're still trying to get the lakes down. I found some river fishing on the North Fork to be pretty good this weekend. What's your reports out there as, water's a little bit higher than normal everywhere you go?
Yeah, and I'm going to talk about our Whisker Seeker brand. It's our catfish brand. You can go to whiskerseeker.com. That's WHISKERSEEKER.com. Whether it's rods, reels, bait boxes, nets, hooks, they've got everything you need for the catfishing game in Arkansas. With these high flows on the Arkansas River, you can get below Lock and Dam 13, Ozark, Dardanelle, all up and down, all the way to the Mississippi River. And, these catfish are coming up underneath these dams, and it's it's a great time to get out a heavy weight and, go try to catch you a big one. We got a guy named Stephen Biggerstaff that works for us at Pradco, and he's our catfish guy, and he's been doing very well lately in this high water. So check out whiskerseeker.com, and, you might hook a big one like Tommy Kraft did. You broke yours off, though, right?
I did. I don't know if it was a walleye.
We're not sure whether it was
or a rock. I don't know, but I just know it didn't feel like. I mean, the difference, but it was some. It did break off.
Didn't
that
take
leader.
A picture of his walleye. You just ate it. You didn't take a picture of it.
That's exactly what the fillet knife got to it before the camera did. So. All right, Bruce. We'll catch up with you here next Tuesday, and we'll get after it. Hopefully, we'll be talking about the Hogs and a championship, and also the Thunder celebrating an NBA title. Hopefully,
that's right.
All right, big week ahead. Bruce Stanton.
That's right. Hey, one thing's for sure: the Ty Richardson jinx is over.
Is that seal the deal?
Thank goodness.
Bruce, thank you.
That sealed the deal. All right, talk to y'all.
All right, Bruce Stanton, Pradco Fishing, with us here every Tuesday on the Morning Rush. Is the jinx out? Is that over now?
I sure hope so.
Yeah.
It seems like after a win, that would, eradicate the jinx that you guys put on me and basically blame me.
You put it on the
losses.
team. You put it on the state.
Yeah.
You put it on the entire state. Hey,
it's over.
If you're headed to Northwest Arkansas anytime soon and looking for a place to stay, our friends at the Inn at the Mill always have a comfortable, oversized suite. I like having a suite because I just like having a little more space. Maybe I'm claustrophobic, but having that larger room, couch and sitting area, big king-size bed, great big bathroom. I love staying at the Inn at the Mill. Great breakfast to start the day that they have rolled out every morning, and conveniently located just off the Johnson exit. That's exit 69 off I-49. 443-1800 is their number, 443-1800 or inatthemill.com. Stand by, the Hog Update. Next on the Morning Rush.
Omaha for the Razorbacks in 2025. Do you believe?
Our exclusive coverage at the 2025 College World Series in Omaha is brought to you by Mock Legal Solutions, USA Fireworks Wholesale, First Star Bank, Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue in Fayetteville, and McClarty Daniel.
APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group has immediate openings in the Northwest Arkansas area. If you're a licensed CDL driver, heavy equipment operator, electrician, diesel mechanic, have paving or concrete labor experience, or experience in a quarry, apply today at jobs.crh.com. APAC offers top pay, a sign-on bonus, benefits including insurance, retirement, and profit sharing. Apply online today at jobs.crh.com. APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group is an equal opportunity employer.
For decades, the Rebel Crawfish has been a tackle box staple. But now, get ready for the next generation. Introducing the all-new Rebel Matte series of Rebel Crawfish. 4 all-new ultra matte colors that eliminate glare and enhance realism, mimicking a natural crawfish like never before. The same iconic shape and swimming action, but now with a stunning matte finish. Upgrade to the all-new matte series of Rebel Crawfish today at Walmart, Bass Pro Shops, Dick's Sporting Goods, and local tackle shops everywhere. Rebel. Catch fish anywhere.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's #1 mobile app for placing sports wagers.
There's big news in the mobile sports betting business. Bet Saracen was just named the 15th largest sports book in America. That's because Arkansans like to do business with a winner. Find all your winners on Bet Saracen. Download it today and look for my RR prop bet specials. I pick them, you win them.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
The 1-2 pitch. He struck him out swinging. Gage Wood no hits him, and the Hogs win it 3-0.
This is the Morning Rush.
Hi, everybody. Larry Rath here from Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, where all we do is keep you Roland. If you're looking for the best used car your money can buy, check out our great selection of road-ready certified vehicles with warranty. If you're trading or selling your car, let us give you a free second opinion and leave with a check in your hand. If you're keeping the car you have, let us take care of it for you in the Meineke Car Care Center. Plus, follow us on Facebook for special offers and fun contests. All the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, Fort Smith.
Are you ready to indulge in an unforgettable fine dining experience? Then come join us at Uncorked, where every meal is a masterpiece, crafted with the finest ingredients to tantalize your taste buds. And with our extensive selection of cocktails, wine, craft beer, and bourbons, we've got something for everyone. So why not take a break from the ordinary and join us on Phoenix Avenue next to Sodi's? Come savor the moment with us at Uncorked, where every visit is a celebration.
Valley Family Dental at the entrance to Riley Farms provides every type of dental care and procedure for you and your family. General dentistry, braces, implants, same-day crowns, and cosmetics. Dr. Sparkman, Farmer, and now Dr. Blaine Van Nice work to give all of their patients a better life with a better smile. Valley Family Dental, 5901 Riley Park Drive, Suite A at the entrance to Riley Farms. Let them know you heard this on ESPN Radio and receive $300 off a store card. Valley Family Dental, 479-226-3500 for an appointment or visit valleyfamilydentalpractice.com.
The paint store in Van Buren is still the place to go to when doing the job right really matters. Our unique line of Richards paint products was chosen by me to perform for you. This is Sue, and my 35 years of experience ensures you get the right paint and the right color. That's important to you and me. Thank you for your support. Come see what I'm talking about. 1414 Fayetteville Road, the paint store, Van Buren.
They say consistency is the key to success. They weren't wrong. How about grabbing a beer that's consistently smooth, consistently refreshing, and consistently light? You might just find that the road to success can be pretty enjoyable. Michelob Ultra, the perfect balance of taste and refreshment, and only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Are you paying more than $95 a month for your website? Modular Orange specializes in building professional custom websites for service businesses just like yours for $95 a month with no upfront costs. There's a reason lawyers, dentists, accountants, counselors, plumbers, and electricians all trust Modular Orange to build their online presence. And they don't stop there. They also offer SEO and digital advertising at prices that will blow the competition away. Ready to get started? Go to modularorange.com today. That's modularorange.com.
Forsgren is hiring immediately. Forsgren Incorporated, a heritage company and premier employer, is now hiring equipment operators, pipe layers, concrete finishers, and laborers. Have experience in any of these areas? Apply now at goforsgren.com. Don't delay. Forsgren is hiring now at goforsgren.com. Don't miss your opportunity to join the Forsgren legacy. Forsgren has immediate openings for equipment operators, pipe layers, concrete finishers, and laborers. Apply now at goforsgren.com. Forsgren Incorporated is an equal opportunity employer.
Destiny is a matter of choice, and dinner is a matter of how much Taco Bell you want. Good thing you can choose from the $5, $7, and $9 Lux Cravings boxes to match what you're craving. What does your destiny hold? The classics for $5, the faves for $7, or a feast for $9 featuring the new crispy chicken burrito? Oh, why is Destiny holding them all? Someone help her. Choose your Lux Cravings box only at Taco Bell. At participating Taco Bell stores for a limited time only while supplies last. Price and participation varies. Drinks excludes freezes. Tax extra.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
There's only one Razorback.
Uncle Tommy loved the Razorbacks.
Razorback fans, let's stand up and call those.
7 down. This one belongs to the Razorbacks.
Ball's on the ground, picked up by Colin. Alex has got room.
Everybody, woo big Dewey. This is your Hog Update on the Morning Rush. Brought to you by Mr. Sparky. Need a licensed electrician to service your home? For one of their local pros, call 888-8-SPARKY.
Here's the 1-2. He struck him out swinging. Which payoff to Cunningham. He struck him out swinging. Here's the pitch. He struck him out. Next pitch, 2-2. Strike 3 called. Strikeout number 11 from Gage Wood. Wood deals. He struck him out swinging. 0-2 to Tonkin. He struck him out swinging. The Rooster Crows in Omaha.
Phil had some fantastic calls yesterday. He was on his just like Gage Wood was on the mound as the Arkansas Razorbacks defeat Murray State 3-0 last night in Omaha, Nebraska, sending the Racers home. You know, there was a cool thing. I think this is a testament to kind of Dave Van Horn and the lack of cockiness that goes through that program. So in the postgame, guys, Charles Davalon was sitting with his family. Carson Bowles was sitting with his family. You also had Colin Fisher and his family walk in here as well. And one of the managers here, Tommy, at DJ's, was asking, like, they have this thing where you turn out the opposing team's light when you beat them.
Yeah.
And guys were like, yeah, I don't think that's something we want to do. And I'm in the back of my head thinking, just like, well, if they get a video of that, I don't know if Dave would be too fond of that. But it is cool to watch how excited the fans were to see these guys yesterday, and obviously take in Gage's historic performance last night.
Well, you got to win 3 more, and hopefully you get to play tonight. You got to win 3 in a row just to get out of the bracket and into the championship series. It can be done. I think last night's game being halted by weather is, an edge for Arkansas. They don't have to deal with that. Maybe get a little more rest. Maybe get a full day's rest if today's games get pushed back. Rain is kind of 50-50 in the night window, but as the night goes on, maybe there is a chance to play. But I think if the game got pushed back another day because of weather and never started, obviously that's a huge edge to the Razorbacks to be a little more fully rested. And I think the emotions of yesterday being another full day behind them as well.
Yeah, because you kind of want some time to adjust and get ready for, again, an opponent that as of 9:30 this morning, and you probably won't know them till what, 12 o'clock?
Yeah.
12:30, who you're going to play later on tonight.
Got at least a couple hours of baseball. So at least noon or so today because you got, picking it up in the top of the 4th. So, yeah. Mm-hmm. At least 2 hours of baseball.
I think what else is important when you think about what Gage was able to do. Got to remember, this guy was out for a while. Like, he came into his junior year highly decorated as a guy that's probably going to get drafted high. Made himself some money yesterday, but listen to DVH yesterday just talk about his injury and him coming back from that.
You think about what went on. He was throwing great coming out of the chute, and then he tweaked his arm. Second weekend, and didn't pitch for like 2 months or more. We didn't even know if we were going to have him back. For him to do what he did today is special, obviously, especially doing it up here.
Yeah.
I just forgot about that, Tommy, until he mentioned it.
I remember us talking about him having a fresher arm as we get to this part of the season because he had missed so much time. But you talk about him making money yesterday. I mean, the no-hitter's one thing. It's notable. It gets him attention. You know what I think made him more money than anything? The fact that in the 9th inning, he's still throwing 96, 97 miles an hour. The fact that you're 108, 110 pitches in, and what do you end up throwing? 114 or
119?
119. You're well over 100 pitches, guys, and he's still gassing it in the upper 90s.
Yep.
I'm no scout. I'm no Norm DeBryan turning in reports to the teams, but that's impressive to me that he didn't lose anything after, he wasn't fatigued at all with his fastball. I thought his curveball and his breaking stuff, wasn't quite as sharp, but that's understandable. But the velocity, the velo was still plenty there in the final 3 at bats.
Yeah, well,
I come up with a question I can't find an answer to, but why not?
Why not us?
Yeah.
Why can't this team win the next 3 and send themselves to the College World Series Finals? 4 days in June. Hopefully it happens. All right, that is your Hog update following a 3-0 win for the Arkansas Razorbacks. It is always brought to you by our friends at Mr. Sparky.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
I thought you looked like you were about to say the smacking sound, so I thought you were about to say something.
Oh, I was just noticing here that Joe's Grill and Cantina's on my list. That kind of got my lips to smacking a little bit. It's $1 tacos today on Taco Tuesday. So that'd be a good way. And go over to Joe's, since we're talking about it. You can watch the tail end of this LSU and, UCLA game, and then you can have you some $1 tacos for lunch. Tomorrow's going to be kids' night. They'll have $5 kids' meals. Throwback Thursday, endless enchiladas on Saturday. Something going on every day. But $1 crispy beef and chicken tacos today. Joe's Grill and Cantina, 3400 South 74th Street. That'd be a good place to maybe watch 7th, 8th, 9th inning about 11 o'clock today at Joe's Grill and Cantina.
You always talk about their vegetables. It's National Eat Your Vegetables Day.
They got some good ones. Instead of getting the rice and beans, get the grilled veggies.
It's also National Root Beer Day.
Okay.
Are we fans of root beer?
No,
I'm not either.
At all.
Give me.
Don't even like root beer suckers.
And it's National Mascot Day. Which mascot are we cheering for today, gentlemen?
The Arkansas Razorbacks.
Well, I was going to go say the UCLA Bruins, but yes, the Arkansas Razorbacks as well. I have never been a bigger UCLA fan than I have on June the 17th, 2025. Hopefully Bill Walton's old alma mater gets it done, and he's washing down and enjoy as his Bruins defeat LSU a little later on. Here in about an hour or so. All right, we got a lot to get to here as we continue on the Morning Rush. Morning Rush Daily Question coming up as well, Tommy. You got one queued up, ready to go?
Yep, ready to go. So we'll do that. Plus, you can call or text us on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963 for all your texts today on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline.
All right, that is coming back as we continue on live in Omaha.
Streaming live from hitthatline.com.
I love the show, guys. Listen to you every morning.
You're listening to The Morning Rush.
APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group has immediate openings in the Northwest Arkansas area. If you're a licensed CDL driver, heavy equipment operator, electrician, diesel mechanic, have paving or concrete labor experience, or experience in a quarry, apply today at jobs.crh.com. APAC offers top pay, a sign-on bonus, benefits including insurance, retirement, and profit sharing. Apply online today at jobs.crh.com. APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group is an equal opportunity employer.
For decades, the Rebel Crawfish has been a tackle box staple. But now, get ready for the next generation. Introducing the all-new Rebel Matte series of Rebel Crawfish. 4 all-new ultra matte colors that eliminate glare and enhance realism, mimicking a natural crawfish like never before. The same iconic shape and swimming action, but now with a stunning matte finish. Upgrade to the all-new matte series of Rebel Crawfish today at Walmart, Bass Pro Shops, Dick's Sporting Goods, and local tackle shops everywhere. Rebel. Catch fish anywhere.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's #1 mobile app for placing sports wagers.
There's big news in the mobile sports betting business. Bet Saracen was just named the 15th largest sports book in America. That's because our Kansans like to do business with a winner. Find all your winners on Bet Saracen. Download it today and look for my R prop bet specials. I pick them, you win them.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
Shouldn't have hit the guy. That's it. That's all I got to say.
This is The Morning Rush.
Save up to $4,000 on select Buick Envisions at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The Buick Envision showcases inspired design with exclusive features in this 5-passenger SUV. Or drive the brand new Buick Envista, a stylish crossover for as low as $399 per month. These are limited time offers. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith or online at harryrobinson.com.
Hey, it's Matt Jones. If the weather has raked your roof and you need a roofing company you can trust, call my friends at Patriot Brothers Roofing. They are licensed, bonded, insured, and lifetime River Valley residents located in Van Buren.
Thanks, Matt. We are also the only roofing company in the River Valley that installs a full CertainTeed integrity roof system and registers a 50-year warranty directly with CertainTeed. Avoid the door knockers and storm chasers. We are local and we will be here long after the storm chasers are gone.
Check out PatriotBrothersRoofing.com or call 479-652-9479.
Patriot Brothers Roofing, because your home deserves only the best.
Do you need closure on your garage? Call Grit Garage Doors. Whether it's a new door, a squeaky closing sound, a broken spring, or just off track, Grit is who you can trust. With an unheard of 15-year spring warranty option, Grit is the team you can trust. Call Grit. There's no door Grit can't close. Local team, local service with honesty and integrity. Call Grit Garage Doors. 479-430-3667. That's 479-430-DOOR.
Dozy Place has now been serving award-winning steaks for over 20 years. Celebrate your special birthday, holiday, person, or just because at Dozy Place. Start with delicious appetizers and your choice of drinks from the largest selection of wines, beer, and liquor in the River Valley. Dozy Place is open Tuesday through Thursday 5 till 9 and Friday and Saturday 5 till 10. Reservations are recommended, so call 784-9111. 784-9111 for Dozy Place, 422 North 3rd Street, Fort Smith.
Ty Richardson for Eastside Liquor, your number one stop for the Hogs Run to Omaha. Every watch party, every event, they can take care of you at Eastside Liquor. Need your favorite beer or seltzer for the Hog Pen? They've got it all at Eastside Liquor. Stop by and see Dave and his team at 9390 Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith. Did I mention it's lake season 2? Regardless of the lake that you spend your summer, the only place you gotta stop before is Eastside Liquor.
This is Daryl Johnston with Hashtag Managed IT Services. We are excited to now be part of AAA Business Systems. Hashtag will continue to handle every IT need your business will have, and now, as part of AAA Business Systems, we can handle all of your document printing and storage solutions. Together, we have the expertise to meet all of your office technology needs. Find us online at aaabm.com or call us at 471-1771.
Locally owned Lumber One can handle all of your building needs. They've built their business on having great relationships with everybody from contractors and builders to the everyday build-it-yourself. Lumber One has a full-line door shop to handle all of your door, window, and trim needs. And along with lumber, roofing and drywall products, attic wall and floor insulation is available. Lumber One also does blueprint takeoff with access to design services with estimates available. So go where the pros go. Lumber One, located on Industrial Park Road in Van Buren.
Hey, Ty Richardson at my favorite place, Papa's Pub and Pizzeria, 508 Garrison Avenue. And Cricket, we always talk about specials. You know Thursday is my personal favorite night. We're here every Thursday. Bucket special, hard to beat.
You gotta love the bucket special. I mean, you come in, you can get 5 domestic bottles in a bucket for $15, and then you get to hang out at Papa's. It's a great deal.
Papa's Pub and Pizzeria, the best darn pizza in Fort Smith, perhaps the world. Cricket, what do you think about Papa's Pub and Pizzeria?
I think it's the best darn pizza in Fort Smith and perhaps the world.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Social Morning Rush Daily Question.
All right, you men. I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to answer to the best of your ability.
It's going to be a quick answer to an incredibly terrible, long question.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Check out Nate and Christian's Place in Lowell online at carpatsocial.com.
Might be a hard one to answer today since you don't even know who you're playing perhaps tonight, or even if you're going to play tonight. But who should get the ball? Who should take the bump for the Razorbacks today? We've talked about Root and when he would be available from everything Dave Van Horn said after the short start against LSU on Saturday. I think he would be an option today. Aiden Jimenez is another option for this team that's been discussed. Which direction do you go? Or is it a different direction than that?
I would probably go Jimenez
Okay.
because I don't think that you're going to get in this game tonight. And Landon has shown the capabilities over the course of his college career that he can go 6-7 innings, depending on how he's pitching. And I just don't know if you want to, and I don't know if wasting is the proper term to use in this context, but I think he's the guy that, because they've been priming him up to start, but at the same time, you still got Jimenez. Tommy, I don't know if you caught this clip yesterday. This was Gabe Gackle in the locker room. Pig Trail Nation caught this.
Yeah, that was amazing. Not only did he, do something really special, he also set us up really well for the rest of the tournament. So we got a lot of guys that are fresh down there, and I imagine me and Root will be back tomorrow, and so we got all our bullets left.
Now, he went 6 innings, so Gabe's a dog, but we'll see if he at least thinks he could pitch. So when I heard, I knew Zach would be available, but I was kind of surprised when I heard that from Gackle.
So do you pray for more rain and inclement weather to even push the games back today to where tonight's game maybe even a possibility? Because then you've got Gabe Gackle on another day's rest, and I don't know if you could really turn him around this fast from Saturday to today for any kind of length, but I do think he could give you a few innings, and that comes with risk as well.
Here's what you have to think about if you're an Arkansas Razorback fan. So if you do win later tomorrow, because I just think the game, you're going to get in a few innings, you're going to play this game tomorrow. You're still got to play tonight, kind of like UCLA or LSU, the loser of this game. So you're going to be in a situation where you'll have to complete one game, most likely, and then play a game later that night, just like the Tigers or the Bruins are going to have to do. So that again, if you're a fan thinking about scenarios and how you want this to play out, and if you're doing a rain dance or not, that's something I think has to be contemplated.
There's also, let me look at the other side of the coin here. Do you want to go ahead and try to play tonight and force the loser of today's game to have to deal with a doubleheader, to play on short rest? Maybe you could get to them in those early innings enough to set yourself up if you had to come back even and finish the game. Weather Channel app's got rain percentage chances, basically averaging out about 50%. It's about 60 in the 6 o'clock hour, drops down in the 8 o'clock hour to like 10%. But point is, there's a good chance of precipitation throughout the evening. Question's going to be the lightning and then the playability of it. But I think there's also a case to be made that, hey, let's at least get the game started, try to get 3 or 4 innings in, and I think that's an edge for Arkansas because someone's going to have to play for their life on limited, just a few hours of rest as well.
Do we have any? Let's see. We got some text here on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Jackson in Fayetteville says, "Give Will McIntyre the ball."
Okay.
Zach in Harrison says, "Give me the cheese." Those are the two texts. Also,
Bottle
JT
cheese, yeah.
Hot Springs saying, "Why don't we like root beer floats?" He's
He's
still
not a root
confused
beer
about
guy.
that. Yeah, I'm not. I never have been. Barks, Mug, AQ, whatever. It's not my thing.
My kids love it, but they like the Bargs, but never, even as a kid. Maybe go to the bank and they give you a root beer sucker. I just give it back. No, out.
I'm with you on that. Who starts tonight? Who do you want to start for the Arkansas Razorbacks? That is your Cart Pass Social Morning Rush daily question. That's a great place you could watch the game tonight, have some fun. What's I know it's going to rain here tonight. What's weather look like here in the natural state?
It's going to get
kind
hot
of the same thing
this week.
Is it?
I mean, we're going to start facing mid to upper 90s. Heat indexes pushing 100. Fayetteville today, 86, no rain. A little chance of rain Wednesday and Thursday, but mid to upper 80s in northwest Arkansas.
Well, place you can play where it's not that hot is Cart Pass Social. You still want to play golf, you can play one over 1,000 different courses. Maybe you're an owner, you're a manager, and you're looking for a place to take your crew after they've had a successful first and second quarter. Well, Cart Pass Social is the place to do it. Go to cartpasssocial.com. Christian Olsen, Nate Garahan always have something cooking at Cart Pass Social. It's Paper Bay and it's BYOB at Cart Pass Social. 122 Grant Place in Lowell, right across from Atwoods. All right, we're still getting text here on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. With Root only throwing 38 pitches on Saturday, I think you give him the ball today, he should be able to come back Monday in the championship series if he's needed for that game. Hog Fan says give him Gibbler tonight. Theoretically, if we only get 3 or 4 innings in, that's a name that we haven't mentioned. That's one that's not as a big name arm that you could be burning because whoever we will play will also burn an arm in that situation. I don't hate that idea, Hog Fan. Zach and Harrison, I want to play tonight's game because I think at this point, even in the loser's bracket, our pitching is in the best shape. Those delays give them rest too.
That's right. Everybody else's pitchers are getting rest as well.
I mean, that's why we were looking at both sides of the coin there. Yeah.
Everybody else.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Surely they wouldn't bring Anderson. I mean, you got to save him for a Thursday, right? A potential Thursday game.
I would think that Tommy.
They warmed up Ianson on Saturday for a little while. He threw a couple of pitches. So I mean, Jay Johnson came to win. You never know what he might do, but he did throw a lot on Saturday.
I'm also, and I'm not I don't pretend to be a baseball savant, but can you even pitch Ianson today? I mean, he pitched 3 innings last night.
I looked that up.
I mean,
earlier.
can you pitch him a little bit?
40. What was it? 40. I said 44 pitches. I would have said. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what his tenderness is going to be. I think it's all in how he woke up and probably how they put him to bed last night.
Yeah.
Probably put him to bed in an ice bath, with ice taped to his shoulder.
It's an odd thing for a starter to start a game again in the 3rd inning, so they might just turn to a bullpen guy.
Yeah.
4th inning. I mean, here's the thing. He's kind of in the situation like Root is. Could be back even sooner. So, when you've got a 2-run lead, it's 5-3, right? Maybe that factors into the decision Jay Johnson would make as well.
Milk Toast in Hot Springs says Parker Coyle or Cold Gibbler is the guy. Scott Tortilla says if Beidelshees doesn't start, he could see Ben Bybee starting as the shot. So the good thing is, what's good thing about the Lewis Automotive hotline that we're receiving text is you guys all listed off like 5 or 6 different guys. And that is the luxury that Dave Van Horn has is You've used, again, Root, Gackle, a little bit of Gibbler, and a little bit of Fouch. Gibbler and Fouch could go today because they didn't pitch that much. And you've got all these other arms that you could utilize if you needed to. Now, the great thing is only one arm was utilized last night, and that was Gage Wood. Now, did you guys see the MLB? Like, the rule of no-hitters is you don't talk about it. I'm going to guess that Phil and Bubba, if I listen to their broadcast from start to finish, did not mention it even at the latter innings, knowing those two. But the MLB, did you see the MLB put out the, like, Gage Wood has a no-hitter through 7 innings, and all these Arkansas fans were frustrated by that. And the other thing that they were frustrated by, I don't know if you guys caught this on the television or Phil and Bubba mentioned it here on ESPN Arkansas and HitThatLine.com yesterday. The umpire said Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
Arizona, did they? I can't remember if it's like Arizona is challenging the play or the play has been.
All on the review? Yeah.
Yeah, on the review. And the Arkansas fans in attendance at Charles Schwab Field were not too happy about that. So those were the two things that kind of got fans up in arms.
Are you talking about the one on the batter? I didn't pay attention with the umpire.
No, it was when it was when Aloy ended up being safe at second.
I don't know if you were in a position to watch the replays when they challenged the hit batter and whether or not there was interference at the plate and whether he made a move to get out. Did you get a peek at those replays?
I watched.
And they overturned the call.
I was surprised that
they overturned the call. But here's the thing: if you want to stand up there with armor on, and that's what I mean. He didn't need to move to get out of the way. He didn't have to. He's got, when you go up there with all these shields and braces and pads and all that stuff, and he had one, you're trying to get hit. So obviously it benefited Gage Wood. It benefited the cause of a no-hitter. I like the and listen, the perfect game was already gone by then, but I thought that was a decent overturn of the call. I think you got to give the benefit of the doubt to the pitcher when the batter's going to come up there with all that padding on.
Yeah, and I need to retract some of Clay's. Clay's just texting in here, the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Loy was at first base, not second. I thought it was in my head. I thought it was a steal, but Clay is right on that. There was a couple plays yesterday that in real time I was like, okay, they might have to look at that again. But I'm kind of like you. I was surprised that they overturned that.
I was surprised they overturned it, but I think if a batter's going to go up there with all that armor on to protect himself from being hit by, do you think if that guy hadn't had that pad on his elbow, he's not moving and getting out of the way a little bit more? I mean, just stop and think about it. He stayed right there and never really flinched. He kind of flinched in towards the line of the batter's box. He wasn't outside towards the plate. It didn't appear to me as he moved, but he didn't make a real effort or concerted effort to get back because he knew he didn't have to.
Have you ever worn one of those, Ty or Tommy? Those things, look, I'm not a very big guy. I got nothing to protect myself. No fat, no muscle on my left arm. But when I wore one of those in baseball, I would stand up there and take some pitches that were coming in hot because I knew it wasn't going to hurt me if I got hit on the elbow. It's really, really thick.
I think when it's a 50-50 call, listen, the edge should go to the pitcher in that case because the batter has no incentive to get out of the way because there's, he's not going to get, if he gets hit, it's not going to hurt. It's not going to damage or injure him. So, I mean, I'm glad they went the way they did, not just for the cause of the no-hitter, but because I just think, if you're going to go up there with all that stuff on, and listen, Arkansas batters do the same thing. Arkansas batters protect themselves. Don't blame them for protect themselves, but the pitcher on a tight call like that's got to get the edge.
Mm-hmm. Well, Gage said it best yesterday.
Still playing ball.
Still playing ball. Arkansas beats Murray State 3-0 last night at Charles Schwab Field, and now you'll play either UCLA or LSU, which I would guess is going to roll into Wednesday, depending on how this weather shakes out here in Omaha, Nebraska.
Speaking of the weather, it's warming up here in the great state of Arkansas, and that means you need to make a trip to Andy's Frozen Custard soon. The Pick 6 would be perfect to watch the game, hopefully this evening, and you can get 6 of your favorite flavors. You can mix and match those for the perfect game time treat. Download the Andy's app in the Apple app or Google Play Store. Andy's Frozen Custards on Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith. 2 locations in Conway, East Oak and Dave Ward Drive, and JFK Boulevard in North Little Rock as well. Walk up or drive through, they're ready to serve you at Andy's Frozen Custards, Fort Smith, Conway, and in North Little Rock.
Just got a text from Ty here on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline saying, gotta get the bats going. It doesn't matter who pitches. Dave Van Horn talked about that yesterday. We'll get into that as Tom Murphy joins us, Whole Hog Sports, Arkansas Democrat Gazette, as we get going in hour number 2. We're live in Omaha at DJ's Dugout as Arkansas playing either the Bruins or the Tigers later on tonight at Charles Schwab. We'll talk about it next.
At Arvest Bank, we believe small businesses are the backbone of our communities. That's why we help businesses of all kinds find their strength. Whether you're just getting your business off the ground, planning for future growth, or managing the day-to-day, we want to help you thrive. Because everyone deserves a financial partner who cares. Arvest Bank. We believe.
APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group has immediate openings in the Northwest Arkansas area. If you're a licensed CDL driver, heavy equipment operator, electrician, diesel mechanic, have paving or concrete labor experience, or experience in a quarry, apply today at jobs.crh.com. APAC offers top pay, a sign-on bonus, benefits including insurance, retirement, and profit sharing. Apply online today at jobs.crh.com. APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group is an equal opportunity employer.
For decades, the Rebel Crawfish has been a tackle box staple. But now, get ready for the next generation. Introducing the all-new Rebel Matte series of Rebel Crawfish. 4 all-new ultra matte colors that eliminate glare and enhance realism, mimicking a natural crawfish like never before. The same iconic shape and swimming action, but now with a stunning matte finish. Upgrade to the all-new matte series of Rebel Crawfish today at Walmart, Bass Pro Shops, Dick's Sporting Goods, and local tackle shops everywhere. Rebel. Catch fish anywhere.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's #1 mobile app for placing sports wagers.
There's big news in the mobile sports betting business. Bet Saracen was just named the 15th largest sports book in America. That's because our Kansans like to do business with a winner. Find all your winners on Bet Saracen. Download it today and look for my RR prop bet specials. I pick them, you win them.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
This is the Morning Rush.
Take your dining to a whole new level at Blue Point Seafood and Steak Restaurant. You'll find the finest cuts of steak and the freshest seafood in an amazing atmosphere. Blue Point Seafood and Steak Restaurant is at Chaffee Crossing, across from the Arkansas Colleges of Health Education on Chad Colley Drive. When your night deserves the best, call 597-4081 for reservations or book online at Toast. Blue Point Seafood and Steak Restaurant, your destination for not only great food, but an amazing experience.
Hi, everybody. Larry Rath here from Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, where all we do is keep you rolling. If you're looking for the best used car your money can buy, check out our great selection of road-ready certified vehicles with warranty. If you're trading or selling your car, let us give you a free second opinion and leave with a check in your hand. If you're keeping the car you have, let us take care of it for you in the Meineke Car Care Center. Plus, follow us on Facebook for special offers and fun contests. All the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, Fort Smith.
Roback's got the gear for your perfect summer day. Shop polos, hoodies, Q-zips, and much more in the American Summer Collection at Roback.com.
Roback made finding the perfect pair of pants or shorts much easier. They're a clean fit with comfortable premium fabric. They look great on and off the golf course. So shop at Roback.com for the Delta pants and shorts.
You're going to get 20% off your first order. Just use the code RUSH25 at Roback.com. I'm ignorant when it comes to a lot of topics. Thankfully, I listened to my friend's advice on the housing market and called Jeff Marks at Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company. Jeff made the process smoother than Mama's gravy.
Ty, you got to throw in some homemade biscuits with that gravy and a great local real estate professional to guide you down the right path. One of the keys is knowing what to do and certainly what not to do.
You communicated and were transparent throughout the process.
Ty, like you, anyone can call me, Jeff Marks, at 479-414-1193. For your big decisions, I have simple solutions.
The Golf Nut is thrilled to introduce new products for 2025, including Cobra Dark Speed Adapt Woods and Irons, Ping G440 Woods and Irons, and TaylorMade QI35 Woods. Lab putters, including the latest OZ model, are also available. Whether you want to improve your swing or enjoy the game, the Golf Nut offers a range of options. Book a lesson or fitting on one of our indoor simulators and experience golfing greatness. Visit the Golf Nut at 5121 Towson Avenue for your ultimate golfing destination.
Do you want to be home every weekend, use brand new equipment, and make a competitive salary? Then let me tell you about Lavorne Lumber. They're looking to fill a regional over-the-road position. So if this sounds like a great next job opportunity for you, call 479-646-4685. That's 646-4685. 515 Phoenix Avenue in Fort Smith and online at Lavorne, Lovvorn lumber.com. Lavorne Lumber. Paying the bills, we'll take care of you.
Dozy Place has now been serving award-winning steaks for over 20 years. Celebrate your special birthday, holiday, person, or just because at Dozy Place. Start with delicious appetizers and your choice of drinks from the largest selection of wines, beer, and liquor in the River Valley. Dozy Place is open Tuesday through Thursday 5 till 9 and Friday and Saturday 5 till 10. Reservations are recommended, so call 784-9111. 784-9111 for Dozy Place, 422 North 3rd Street, Fort Smith.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, plenty of sunshine. Our high this afternoon in the upper 80s to near 90. Partly cloudy sky overnight, low in the low to mid 70s overnight. And then Wednesday, we'll see some showers and thunderstorms rumbling through. Our high temperatures Wednesday into the mid to upper 80s. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by Forest Grain Incorporated, committed to setting the standard of excellence since 1936. KERX Paris Fort Smith. The Bud Light Countdown is on. Arkansas football begins in 74 days.
Day 4 gets going in Omaha, Nebraska with an elimination game between two teams at opposite ends of the college baseball spectrum. Powerhouse, Arkansas, and Murray State.
Here's the 1-2. He struck him out swinging. No, he swings. He lines it left center field. In for a base hit. Robinette scoring from third. Thomas going to third. The throw, diving in, ahead of it safely. Here's the pitch. He struck him out. Fastball, that's 6 in a row from Gage Wood.
Don't let us win this game tonight.
Here's the 1-2. Malloy, ground ball, base hit down the third base line, scoring Thomas. Davalon headed to third base. The left fielder talking. He picks it up and fires it in. Runners at second and third as Malloy makes it 2-0 Razorbacks. 0-2 to Talkin. He struck him out swinging. The Rooster Crows in Omaha. I got that wood. The wind, the pitch. He struck him out swinging. A new school record, 18, and on the doorstep of history.
When did you realize something special?
Baseball. Don't let us win today. That's all I'm trying to say. 1
out away from something that's much bigger than a win in Omaha. The 1-2 pitch. He struck him out swinging. Gage Wood hits him, and the Hawks win it 3-0. The greatest game ever pitched at the University of Arkansas. Here in downtown Omaha, Gage Wood throws a new hitter.
Shouldn't have hit the guy. That's it. That's all I got to say.
We will see you tomorrow.
Live from the Busch Light Studios, this is The Morning Rush with Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft.
You know, Gage had his best performance that he's ever had on a baseball field of any sorts. And, Colton, you might have put together the best open that we've ever had. Intro in the morning rushes. We welcome
when you have
back.
good content, it's easier, right?
And speaking of good content, Phil Elson just popped in here at DJ, so we're going to hear from him, of course, in about an hour on halftime. But what a performance from Gage Wood yesterday. 19 strikeouts, first time in 65 years that a no-hitter has happened at the College World Series. Gage was joking yesterday.
There's not much in Batesville, if y'all don't know that. I mean,
got a couple good baseball players, though. One that's highly projected, made himself some money, and help Arkansas stave off elimination against Murray State, Tommy.
Our coverage here is brought to you by APAC and Standard Materials Group, your number one source for top-quality aggregates, asphalt, and ready-mix concrete. Hey, whether you're working on a small residential project or a large-scale commercial job, APAC has you covered. Call 479-587-3300 for all your rock, asphalt, and ready-mix needs. 479-587-3300 for APAC and Standard Materials Group. I mean, it's one of those things. You never see something of that level of greatness coming. But as the game unfolded, I think we all probably got a little superstitious. I'm not changing my seat. I'm not changing, what I'm drinking right now, what I'm eating right now. I'm not getting up and going to the bathroom till this half inning's over. We all probably got a little bit superstitious as that game got into the middle innings.
Yeah, no, I think all of us, like you're saying, whatever we were doing at that said moment, we didn't change.
I had someone say, "Hey, come watch the rest of the game with me." I'm like, "No,
no,
I'm moving.
good.
I am not moving."
Well, I don't know if anyone had a.
So, I mean, that's absolutely kind of where we're at. All right, we'll get back to Ty. He's in Omaha. All of our coverage in Omaha is presented by Mock Legal Solutions. Real advice, reasonable price with Mock Legal Solutions by First Star Bank, your hometown bank for all your first. By USA Fireworks Wholesale. Go to usafireworks.org for the #1 wholesale fireworks company in Arkansas. By Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue, 4084 MLK Jr. Boulevard in Fayetteville. Rudy's Barbecue, smoking good every time. And by McClarty Daniel. It's never been easier to find your next ride. Experience it for yourself at McClartyDaniel.com. Time to talk to Tom Murphy.
Beef. B-E-E-F.
Brought to you by Arkansas Beef Council.
This hour of the Morning Rush is presented by the Arkansas Beef Council. Beef, it's what's for dinner. Once again, beef.
Tom, were you the same way yesterday? Were you reluctant to change seats? Maybe even change the channel, do anything different? You didn't want to spook off the no-hitter yesterday.
No, I was good. I knew that whatever was going to unfold, I had no bearing on it. So I was good. I would get up and get myself a drink or whatever. But my only question was that they're so used to protecting their pitchers that, his pitch count through 7 was about the time they'd lift him in a normal game. And then through 8, it was about 105. And you're like, man, are they going to do this? I mean, really, they have to. And I heard them say that Dave Van Horn say, no, he wasn't coming out. So 119, that's the most pitches we've seen an Arkansas pitcher throw in a long time. But as you heard Gage Wood say after the game, it was hot. His arm felt good. And you could just see in his eyes a steely determination he was going to get through that 9th inning as well.
A performance Charlie Boyce would have been proud of yesterday. Here's the thing. Everybody talk about Gage Wood made all this money for himself. And no question he got the attention scouts. The no-hitter's one thing, and that certainly gets a lot of attention. Tom, I think what probably earned him more cred with scouts and everybody is to see him go 105, 110, 15 to 119 pitches, and in that 9th inning, the velo on that fastball was still right up there, 96, 97 miles an hour. I think that's probably what built him up more with scouts than anything from yesterday.
No question about it. And that was just amazing. They were still swinging under the ball at that time of the game, that it still had that carry to it, where normal fastballs there's going to be a little drop to it, and his was just rising. Even in the 9th inning, Hogarth, the last batter, swung under pitch 119. Y'all, as long as I've been covering Arkansas sports, I think that will rank up there with Darren McFadden's 321 yards, and I think Felix had 160 something in the same game. But in terms of just individual performances, that was a stunning achievement.
And I heard Chuck and Bo talking about that this morning, and I wanted to ask you that question, so you bring it up. I mean, individual performances. I mean, I think about Rodney Clark and what was it, 53 or whatever he scored, but that wasn't a game of this magnitude or this stage.
Yeah.
I mean, you can go through the record book and find them, but when it really counted and the game was, and even the season. I mean, let's not also. This was an elimination game. The season was on the line. To me, that adds even more to the lore, even more to the performance, knowing that you did this in a game where if your team doesn't play well, if you don't pitch well, your season's over.
Exactly. Yeah. So in that regard, when you look at it in that light, it is, I think, the single greatest, individual performance in a Razorback athletic competition that I've seen. I mean, yeah, McFadden's 321 yards. And if you remember, he had 322 on the night of the game, and Arkansas went back and found, added it up and got the exact number, 321. Was a phenomenal achievement, but it was a regular season game in a year they wound up going 8-5. But, it doesn't pale the fact that it was a great deal. With this one, we've never seen anything like, and 3 fielders had no action at all in that game. Left fielder Charles Davalon, center fielder Justin Thomas, and third baseman Brent Iredale. Unless they were throwing the ball around the horn, they got no action.
How about the play by Robinette at first? I think it was 7th inning. Yeah. He snared one there. I mean, we give the pitcher and Ryder Helfrich behind the dish a lot of credit. It was an error-free performance by the Razorbacks. The only thing that blemished facing the minimum and having the perfect game was the pitch that hit the batter on the foot. But there were a few really handy plays in the field that made all of it possible.
No doubt. I mean, there was a long, deep fly ball in maybe the first or second inning to right. Not that it was a challenging play, but it was well struck. And I think Bubba said on the air that would have been out at Baum Walker. And I agree with him. But yeah, Robinette's play, there was a lot of top spin, and it took a weird hop, and he made a nice pick on that. But that was the toughest defensive play. And you got to give Wood credit. There was a comebacker that was onto the first base side that he just caught in stride. And instead of trying to throw it over to Robinette, his momentum carried him to the bag, and I think that was a smart play on his part as well. But otherwise, not a whole lot of challenging plays, no walks. I mean, the only one batter got a 3-ball count. It was the same kid, the Batesville kid, Cunningham, twice got 3-ball counts. He was that much in command.
How about Batesville? I mean, to have two of your own on the biggest stage in the sport, national TV, and then face off in an at-bat, a couple, throughout the game, but then the embrace after the game. I mean, Arkansas, gets the credit. Gage Wood gets all the attention, but I mean, it had to be a pretty prideful day. You probably got your chest out a little further if you're a Batesville Pioneer today.
Oh man, there's no question about that. And I thought it was cool that he hugged all of his teammates and everything. And then TV wanted him right then, but instead of going straight to ESPN, he went over to that. You could tell he was like, I'm going over here. I'm talking to my man. And he did that. And so kudos to him. I mean, Gage Wood now has a chance to be the most famous Batesville athlete. I mean, Charlie Strong has that distinction right now, does he not? I mean, somebody like that.
Yeah. So let me ask you about a hangover effect. Before we get into today, a performance like that obviously is one that, you got to put behind you. You don't want to, and the memory of it will always be there, but you can't let the memory of yesterday affect you in what will be hopefully an elimination game today if you get to play. I mean, we'll talk about weather in a minute, but Tom, any concern about all the joy of that moment, the celebration of a no-hitter having some kind of lingering effect on today's performance?
Well, I mean, these are 20-year-old kids and stuff, so maybe, but I was thinking that exact thing. Like, if you're Dave Van Horn, you have to say, hey, man, we're all jacked up, but we play tomorrow. You know what I mean? And you don't say that during the initial.
How do you flush that out?
Well, the memory's never going to go away, but if they have a bigger goal in mind, that's to win it all, and they're going to have to be on point. I guess it plays to their favor that LSU and UCLA have to finish this thing out starting now, I guess, if the weather's holding right now. And then so that team will have a little bit more innings and, fatigue factor as we get later into the evening. And so, but you're right. You can't just let that jubilance carry over into the game. I mean, maybe the confidence, but I was thinking the next game last night, the first guy for UCLA got a single, and they already have more hits than Murray State did in the entire game. It was crazy.
Yeah. They're back underway in Omaha. LSU still leading 5-3. There's 2 outs in the top of the 4th with UCLA batting. We'll keep an eye on that throughout the morning. So what's the ideal situation today? I mean, weather's going to be a factor. Do you want to play? Do you want to start the game? How do you set up your pitching? To me, there's so many uncertainties, not only including who you're going to play, because that game's still tight enough. You got to figure out, who you're going to play, but then how you approach it with your starting pitching in the weather. To me, there's a lot more questions than answers about how the rest of this day unfolds.
No doubt. And I'm not sure if Dave announced, he probably didn't announce his intended starter for game 3. I'm not aware if he did. But to me, they have multiple options, and we discussed them on the air Tuesday. I just don't think you go Jimenez at this point. Obviously, Gabe Gackle wouldn't be available yet. So, I don't know. Do you start a Ben Bybee? Do you start a
Bottle Cheese or?
Yeah, Bottle Cheese would be a viable option. But basically, I think you have to approach it like this is going to be a bullpen game. And if a guy is struggling like Zach Root did in the second inning, you got to pull him. And so, but here's the thing: when they're playing at home, they have control over whether the game's going to start or not based on weather. But here, I'm pretty sure, the CWS officials will control that. And so they don't have any control over whether they start or not, much like LSU, UCLA. They probably knew that weather was going to come in. And so I don't anticipate that either starter is back out there. Or, at least Ianson probably not back out there.
I'm checking the box score right now. I'm waiting on it to load. I want to know the same thing. So
yeah, I'm at an office, and so I'm not watching it. So, but anyway, Arkansas can't control that. So I think you just approach it in this could end up being a bullpen game, and we're going to have to guys like Parker Coyle and Dylan Carter, and you go through the list, are going to have to give you 3, maybe 4 innings a couple of times if you keep going on here.
Well, like you said, CWS officials will make those determinations. So there's nothing to worry about. The NCAA's in charge, Tom. I mean, there's nothing to worry about, right?
Oh, that's right in your wheelhouse, Tommy. Yeah.
Right. So
I know what you're saying.
So looking through here, and yes, Ianson did not come out. Evans is on the mound right now in the fourth. So yeah, I mean, the starting pitching's in a disadvantage now for LSU, but long term, if they can survive this game, that may play to LSU's benefit down the road. Kind of like Root getting lifted early. They've got a starter with a fresher, more than fatigued arm. So I mean that'll be something to keep an eye on. So tonight, what would be your preference? Do you play and maybe get 3 or 4 innings in? Do you hope that the weather stays out of the way? I guess is the ideal situation. You can get the game in. I think that's the biggest edge. Is somebody would have to play a game and a half today. The loser of this UCLA LSU game right now. Maybe even hope they go extra innings to some degree. What's the ideal situation for Arkansas when their head hits the pillow tonight with a W?
Yeah, exactly. I think it would be to get the game in if you can, play the team that, is coming off a loss this morning and could be a little more fatigued than you tonight, because you don't want to run into a situation where you might have to play twice in a day. And so I think for Arkansas, it would be to get the game in. I have not looked at what the forecast says or, chances to play or anything.
Kind of 50-50 on rain tonight. 6 o'clock hour right now, according to the Weather Channel, has about a 60% chance of rain, a little lighter in the middle of the evening around 8. But, you need to get the games in that are starting now, and that planning on finishing this one up and staying on schedule, and still getting Oregon State and Louisville in their elimination game started at 1 o'clock today. So hopefully you can get to that point. But I'm sure that both UCLA and LSU would love to have a little reprieve for the loser, especially from playing tonight as well. Tom, it's fun stuff. You get to this time of the year, it's fun stuff to get to watch these games, and then a performance like yesterday, one that we'll always remember. But to do it in an elimination game with your team's fate, the future of your season completely in your hand, I thought adds a little more to what Gage Wood accomplished yesterday in Omaha.
Oh, absolutely. Well, I'll remember what we were doing when Gage Wood did that, and that close to a perfect game as well. I mean, he was so in control that, a breaking ball that was just a little too sharp on the break inside, hit a guy's back foot, is the only thing that separated him from a perfect game.
Yeah. Tom, always great to chat with you. We'll do it later this week, and hopefully we'll be talking about being a win away from the championship series.
It sounds like a plan. Have a good weekend. See you.
All right, Arkansas, or Tom Murphy with the Arkansas Democrat Gazette, Whole Hog Sports. All of us kind of washing in the afterglow, the afterwash of yesterday's no-hit performance by Gage Wood and the Razorbacks win over Murray State. Tom's always brought to us on Tuesday by the Arkansas Beef Council. On a cattle ranch, calves aren't only raised by their mothers, they're raised by a community of farmers, ranchers, and veterinarians committed to giving them the healthiest, most comfortable life possible. For cattle farmers, ranchers, and the moms of those baby calves, animal welfare is the top priority. Together we bring more beef. It's What's for Dinner. This brought to you by the Arkansas Beef Council, the beef farmers and ranchers of Arkansas, and beef, it's whatsfordinner.com. I think, Ty, that's one of the challenges today is putting this behind you. Tom mentioned these are 20, 21-year-old kids. The excitement of what happened yesterday. Having less than you're just right at 24 hours to kind of get through that and get focused back in and get back in that mindset that, hey, season's back on the line again today. It's win or go home, and I think that's That's harder to do than I think maybe we realize after such an unusual and great feat that was accomplished yesterday that you were a part of.
Yeah, and I think for Arkansas's offense has got to wake up. I mean, 4 runs through 2 games. Dave touched on it yesterday.
Tomorrow we're going to start scoring bunch of runs, all right? We'll just keep pitching like we have in the last 2 days.
So you've lost a close game to LSU 4-1 Saturday, and you won a tight game against Murray State 3-0. If your bats wake up, I think you've got to be really excited about your baseball team based on the bullpen you still have and based on the potential momentum and everything else. I think it has been a disappointment through 2 games. There's no other way to characterize your offense. You left 10 guys on base yesterday. That kind of gets thrown under the radar when Gage has a performance like he does. They've got to bring guys home. I mean, how many double plays have they've hit into in the first 2 games here in Omaha? It seems like a gajillion. I mean, they've hit into a lot. So hopefully Arkansas is able to capitalize. You had 4 hits against Anderson in game 1, a lot more yesterday, but it's about executing when you've got guys on base. And they haven't done that through 2 games. And hopefully if their offense wakes up, then this is going to be a tough team, and this is a team that could win 3 straight games here in Omaha, Nebraska.
Yeah, and hopefully just the momentum. Hopefully you got the snowball over the hill of that LSU game, and maybe rolling in the right direction. And maybe they'll just pick up momentum, pick up confidence, and then maybe with this delay and Ianson not coming back for LSU, you got Root healthy. Maybe you can get lucky and somehow survive. I think maybe the best scenario for even though UCLA has a deep bullpen, maybe the best scenario is for LSU to lose today and put them in the same boat as Arkansas with their season on the line each and every day the rest of the way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There was a funny, during this no-hitter yesterday, we were kind of talking about it earlier, like you don't want to talk to a guy, you don't want to throw him off or anything. So Clay Goodwin is part on staff here at Arkansas, and his son Gage is the bat boy. Well, Charles Davalon, who didn't get asked a lot of questions yesterday, most of them were directed at Ryder Helfrich and Gage Wood for obvious reason, did get asked about this, and his answer was quite funny on the possible interrupting of a no-no.
Yeah, I think no one talked about it in the dugout except for G Baby, our bat boy. I guess apparently going into. He came back after the 8, and then we went 1, 2, 3 or whatever, and then he said, G-Babe said, is Gage going back out for the no-no?
It's like the Cardinals said, man, and it was like listening to Chuck talk about that after the game. I was cracking up laughing, but nevertheless, Arkansas, despite jinx or not, got through that game. Gage finished with the no-hitter. Of course, his not anger, but he was like, man, I should have had a perfect game, which shows you the type of competitor he is. And then getting opportunities, he said yesterday. Still playing ball. Arkansas, again, continues to survive and dig out of that hole that Dave Van Horn was talking about following the LSU game.
Yeah. So if you're going to head to Omaha for a game or 2, or you're just taking in that summer vacation, Ty, the place to go to get your ride is at Rath Auto Resources in Fort Smith and in Springdale.
Yeah, following Father's Day weekend, talk about a father and son that have worked together for a while now. David and Larry going to take care of you across the national state, both sides of the tunnel in Fort Smith and in Springdale as well. I want to wish Larry Rath a happy birthday. We'll call him 50 years old today, Mr. Larry.
Appreciate that,
Mr. Larry Rath. Happy 50th birthday to Mr. Larry Rath. Again, the summer sales event going on right now. Take advantage of awesome deals. I guess we're 3 days away. I think June the 20th is the first official day of summer, even though it feels like it already here in Arkansas. They're the people to stop by and see at both locations, whether you're looking for a first-time vehicle for the kiddo, maybe you're looking for a luxury vehicle. I know they've got a lot of trucks. I've seen a Jeep or 2 on their weekly specials that Larry always likes to talk about. 2 great locations, Rath Auto Resources in Fort Smith, Rath Mitsubishi in Springdale. And again, happy birthday to our friend Larry Rath. All right, we've got about 40 minutes left here live from DJ's Dugout in Omaha. Phil Elson is here as well, so halftime will continue on. And Ruskin and Zach the rest of our coverage begins at 5 o'clock for Arkansas game day, and then we'll hand the headsets over to Phil and Bubba as they get you ready for this tonight action. Tommy, any guess to what actually happens tonight? Do we get in innings? Do they bang it? I think it's.
You want me to guess on the weather? That's what you're asking me to do.
It doesn't look that bad. I think we're going to play a little bit, but I do think they're going to push it to tomorrow at some point in time tonight. Very similar to what we saw from LSU and UCLA, which, by the way, LSU up right now, still 5-3, bottom of the fourth, 2 on, 2 out. For I think Milam's up to the plate. If I can recognize it, yeah, I think Milam's up right now.
Yeah, just looking at this afternoon and evening's forecast, it's about getting in the games today. There's slight chances of rain after 1 o'clock till about 4. I think the 1 o'clock game can get in. There's about a 50% chance of rain at 4, about a 70% chance of rain at 5, and a 60% chance of rain at 6 in Omaha, according to the Weather Channel. So that's the time Arkansas is scheduled to start. Maybe you delay the start and start at 7. Rain chances are a little better after 7 o'clock, pretty minimal at 8, but pick back up a little bit at 9, 10, 11. But I just hope they're smart enough to look at the radar, not see something that's an hour or 2 out that's imminent, and then start a game and burn a pitcher. If they do, I hope both coaches have that at full knowledge and understanding of the decision-making so that they can make the right call on their starter.
Yeah, the setup for the rest of the week, hopefully.
There's no sense in starting a game you know you're only going to play 3 innings of.
Well, they did it last night, so we'll see if it.
Did they know that rain and lightning was coming in at that point? I mean, it was pretty sun-filled stadium. It looked on TV when they started that game last night.
Yeah, whether it's not, it's a little cloudier today here in Omaha. All right, when we come back, SEC update, LSU and Arkansas, the only SEC teams remaining in the postseason. We'll see which team advances later on here in these next few days as we continue on the Morning Rush live from DJ's Dugout in Omaha.
Omaha for the Razorbacks in 2025. Do you believe?
Our exclusive coverage at the 2025 College World Series in Omaha is brought to you by Mock Legal Solutions, USA Fireworks Wholesale, First Star Bank, Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue in Fayetteville, and McClarty Daniel.
Transform your yard work game with Ego, the #1 rated brand in cordless outdoor power. Experts and nearly 200,000 homeowners rave about Ego's performance. Gas power without the noise, fuss, or fumes. Their patented 56-volt arc lithium battery delivers top-notch torque and fits all 90-plus Ego tools. Power through yard work and tailgates with the same battery. Plus, enjoy Ego innovations like the first fold-flat lawnmower and weatherproof equipment. Discover more at egopowerplus.com.
This might be the most complete team in this NCAA tournament.
This is the Morning Rush.
Up to $11,000 off on select GMC Sierras at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The GMC Sierra will conquer the road with confidence. Up to $11,000 off. Or lease the all-new 2025 GMC Hummer EV with hands-free driving assistance and go 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds for as low as $900 a month. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
Forest Grid Incorporated, a company known for paying top wages and benefits, has immediate openings for equipment operators, pipe layers, concrete finishers, and laborers. For nearly 90 years, Forest Grid has built the foundations of the River Valley, and now you can become a part of that legacy. Apply now from any device at GoForestGrid.com. That's GoForestGrid.com. Do you finally want to get paid well for your work? Do you want to work for a company that treats you like family? Apply now at GoForestGrid.com. Forest Grid Incorporated is an equal opportunity employer.
Here's to you and yours from the friendly folks at In Good Spirits, your upscale liquor store in Fort Smith. At In Good Spirits, they've got what your taste buds are craving, including flavorful wines from around the world, scrumptious brandies and liqueurs, tempting whiskeys and beers, and fine cigars. Treat yourself to the best as you listen to the game. Check out In Good Spirits, 12100 Highway 71 South, across from Riley Farms in Fort Smith.
Summer is finally here, and so are the road trips that you've had planned. That's why it's time to visit us at Southern Tire Mart. Southern Tire Mart's expert service, competitive pricing, and top quality tires will ensure your vehicle is ready for all your summer adventures. Visit us in Fort Smith at 9700 Highway 271 and let us ensure your vehicle is prepared for the summer. Southern Tire Mart is a proud dealer of Yokohama tires. Southern Tire Mart. We keep America rolling. COP CDL Academy is a licensed Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration that provides the federal required training to obtain both Class A and Class B CDL licenses. Our program provides assistance with employment after graduation. We have finance and grant options available. Students straight out of class have started new careers earning $70,000 to $140,000 per year, and training is provided for all 50 states. Call today, 479-632-1050, COP CDL Academy.
When your carpets, upholstery, and floors look dirty and stained, call your local Service Master Clean at 646-4087. Service Master Clean is an industry leader and can remove the toughest stains from your home or office. And they back their work with a satisfaction guarantee. Eliminate dirt and grime from your carpet, hardwood, tile, and laminate floors. Call your local Service Master Clean, 479-646-4087. That's 646-4087 or online at servicemasterpc.com.
It's sad that we live in an unsafe world, but we do. Would you be able to show the police who was at your home if something was taken? Guardtronic installs alarm systems as well as camera systems. We here at ESPN rely on our Guardtronic installed cameras to keep an eye on what's going on around our building, as many of you do. Guardtronic has been serving the River Valley for over 60 years. Call Guardtronic for a free estimate so you'll be able to show the police who the bad boys are that took your belongings. License E50.
Hey, it's Matt Jones. Join me, Phil, and Dr. Charles Liggett every Monday at 12:15 for my favorite segment, 3 Up, 3 Down.
My last up, gonna give it to LSU Shreveport. They won the NAIA National Championship, and they were 59-0.
That's crazy.
Perfect season.
3 Up, 3 Down is presented by River Valley Smile Center. I'm a patient there, and you can be too. That's River Valley Smile Center. When you come here, you become family.
He hit it over the video board. It's swimming with the fishes.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
The SEC is the best conference in America.
The tough will survive in this game, and I feel like the SEC is the toughest.
Arkansas is the SEC champion.
You know, every game is a dogfight.
We're about the toughest there is. Week in and week out, you're going to play some of the best, the biggest, the fastest.
The Hawks have finally climbed the hill. It's the first SEC tournament championship for Arkansas.
Where opponents' dreams come to die.
This is your SEC update on the Morning Rush.
3 on the left side of the infield. This ball is driven high and deep right center field. 3-run home run for Jerry Jones. And the Tigers grab the lead in the first.
So UCLA starts hot last night here in Omaha, taking the 3-0 lead in the top of the first, and then LSU follows it up and quickly retakes the lead, now up 7-3 as that game has resumed. Tommy, they've had a great fourth inning, adding 2 runs, still 2 on, 2 out for the LSU Tigers with Jared Jones, who hit that bomb last night up at the plate. So still could be some cooking for LSU, and looks like they, if things hold up like it is now, that might be the opponent you're going to have to beat twice here in the next couple days.
Yeah, I was watching that game last night from the start, and UCLA got out to that early lead only to relinquish all 3 runs and then one in the bottom of the first. And I thought, all right, here we go. UCLA is going to get out to an early lead and stake their pitcher to a good start, and it just did not work out at all. So, I was hoping that would be the way it played out, but LSU had other answers. And right now, let's face it, guys, LSU looks like the team to beat in this tournament. I mean, you're going to have to beat them twice, to get through them. And right now, they don't seem to be giving up much at all. That little blip in the first inning yesterday is about the low point for them so far in their time in Omaha.
Yeah, they are a great baseball team, great baseball program. There's a reason they've won 7 national championships. Luckily, UCLA finally got out of the inning, now trailing 7-3. Other SEC team here in Omaha is, of course, your Arkansas Razorbacks. Gates Wood, first no-hitter in College World Series in quite some time, 65 years. Here was him on ESPN talking about it on the No, his family, and also the U of A and Dave Van Horn.
When did you realize something special was happening?
I didn't throw a pitch out of the stretch for a while, and I was like, oh.
And your fastball, how did that feel to you?
Man, it's coming out pretty good, it felt like today. I mean, it's nice and warm, so I was feeling pretty good.
Your family's here watching. We saw pictures of them and their emotions. How meaningful have they been to you in your journey?
I mean, they're everything. You know, they sacrifice a lot of time and money and everything to take me all over the country to play baseball. You know, and I can't thank them enough. And even my high school coaches that are here right now, and my high school strength coach, I wouldn't be where I am today without Price Holmes.
Yeah, you're an Arkansas kid. You're representing Arkansas. What's this program meant to you?
It's everything, you know. I mean, it's the only thing I'm focused on. We got to keep winning. You know, we want the whole thing.
Hey, last one. In this elimination game, Dave Van Horn has talked to you guys about how bad he wants this for you. What does he mean to you in this program?
It's everything, you know. Like everybody says, if there's one thing missing in that trophy room of his, you know, he's going to go down as one of the baseball legends. And every day we're working to get that for him.
How about the end, though? Again, this based on what I heard from Gage yesterday, heard from Charles Davalon, Ryder Helfrich. I mean, Tommy, this is a team that still feels like they can win. Now, they didn't do themselves any favors losing to LSU Saturday night and putting them in a situation that's only been done, 3 times in the history of the College World Series. But Gage gave them every bit of chance to keep this thing rolling the next 3 days.
You just, got to keep winning. We'll worry about LSU later, unless things dramatically turn around in the latter stages, and they could with UCLA. Looks like LSU's going to win that game. You'll play UCLA scheduled for 6 o'clock tonight. We'll worry about LSU once you beat UCLA, or perhaps LSU, but probably UCLA as it appears right now. So can't even think about that. But until you get, it doesn't matter who you play, until you start scoring some runs. Your pitching's carrying you to this point. Your pitching got you through a game against Murray State. You're going to have to find a way to play at a higher level from the plate, and if you don't, you're going to be home soon. Well,
you mentioned this earlier with Bruce. I mean, is there a happier part of our state than Batesville, Arkansas? You think about Brian and Chastity Wood, first and foremost, the father and mother of Gage Wood, and then you also think about Connor Cunningham and his parents and the rest of Pioneer Nation. I mean, that's a town, as Gage said yesterday, there's not a lot going on in Batesville.
There's not much in Batesville, if y'all don't know that. I mean,
11,000 people strong, I think is what he said. And they have 2 kids that are on the biggest stage and one that had the game of his life at Charles Schwab Field.
Yeah, and I'm sure they got they got their chest pumped out a little bit there in Independence County, and should. I mean, that's a lot to be proud of. And Coach Rush, the strength and conditioning coach, was on with Chuck and Bo this morning. That was a cool conversation to listen in on, as Gage gave him a lot of credit for helping him build up to that. So, I mean, yeah, there's certainly a lot to be proud of, just like people in Fort Smith are awfully proud of Isaiah Joe and Jalen Williams and the Oklahoma City Thunder. But to have someone be right at the center of the college baseball world, the performance that everyone's talking about in the world of sports this morning, that's pretty cool what Gage Wood did yesterday, and the attention it garnered. Somehow, by 6 o'clock tonight, you got to put it behind you and get ready to play baseball.
Yeah, Thunder did win last night.
It can get hot. Williams has been hot all night, falling away. Got it. 40 points for Jalen Williams.
So Oklahoma City ends up beating the Pacers last night. It was about by 120 to 109. They take a 3-2 lead. They'll head back to Indianapolis, where hopefully they can close out the series. All right, that is your SEC update as we're live in Omaha, Nebraska, reacting to Arkansas's 3-0 win over Murray State last night. Tommy,
thinking about a little Arts barbecue for lunch today. I was looking at their they had a Facebook post pop up on my phone, and it got me to thinking. They got the 2 pork chops today. Perfectly cooked, not undercooked, but not overcooked, so they're juicy. I mean, that's the key to pork chops. Big, thick ones, you don't want dried out, tough, hard to even cut, much less chew pork chops. You're never going to get that at Arts Barbecue. So 2 perfectly cooked barbecue pork chops with their special sauce, served with 2 sides. And here's the thing. You're looking for a deal for lunch? Here it is, $9.99. So in and out under $10 today at Arts. So 2 pork chops, 2 sides, $9.99 for lunch today. Arts Barbecue. That deal, by the way, is good all day long, so you can even get it for dinner tonight. Arts Barbecue, Rogers Avenue, next to Buddy's in Fort Smith.
Well, we were talking about this yesterday.
There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow.
Well, you might be playing tomorrow, Tommy, based on how the weather and everything shakes out. You're going to have to wait and see. In hour number 1, we talked about, hey, what pitchers you want to see start tonight. And we got several responses. I mean, we've got Parker Coyle. We got Ben Bybee. We got Will McIntyre. I don't know if there was any Landon Beidelshees. I don't know if there was any one pitcher that was texted in here on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline more than anyone else. Again, Gage put you in a situation, as Dave talked about yesterday, where you do have more options than anyone was expecting to have later on tonight. And I think the whole point of yesterday, what I'm hoping happens is, while this will go down as one of the best performances and most historic nights in College World Series history, that it's not the best thing that happens for this baseball team. Like, that needs to be a catalyst. That needs to be something that pushes them over the hedge where they can do an even greater thing, which is win 4 straight games. Is it insurmountable? No. Is it probable? No. But at least you got a performance yesterday that puts you in a position where you say, you know what? We could go do this dang thing.
Yeah, and, again, Dave's talked about this, 1 inning at a time, 1 game at a time. And, there's another game at 1 o'clock today, Louisville and Oregon State. One of those teams are going home. You win today or win tonight if you get to play. You'll be in the last, 4 teams that are there, because you're down to 6 now. Arizona and Murray State are gone. 2 more going to be eliminated today. You got a chance to finish and be one of the last 4 teams standing, and you just keep playing. So, but again, go back to as dominant as that pitching performance was, as exciting as a no-hitter is, you better plate some runs. You better start hitting the baseball, or it's all going to be over soon.
Yep, Dave, yesterday.
Oh, we're going to start scoring bunching runs, all right? We'll just keep pitching like we have in the last 2 days.
Hoping DVH is hopefully he's right on that one, because if he is, then you're going to see a team that gives LSU your best shot. Hopefully one of these best 2 days if you get by UCLA later on. And assuming this result holds what it is right now, where LSU currently leads 7-3.
Hey, celebrate freedom and fun with the Red, White, and Blue sale. It's going on now at Burton Pools and Spas. Cool off in a Doughboy above-ground pool, now up to $1,500 off, or dive into summer with semi-in-ground pools starting at just $119 a month. And go big with an in-ground pool and get a free heater with select pools right now to keep the good times going all year long. Burton Pools and Spas, 4 locations around our state: Fort Smith, Springdale, Greenland, and now in Hot Springs. Online at burtonpools.com. Burton Pools and Spas, water for a better life.
You mentioned hits. It shouldn't be this under the radar. We got to give this guy credit. How about JT Thomas in the night yesterday, going 4 of 4?
Yeah.
Also, I know he got thrown. I think he was the guy that got thrown out on one. But the Razorbacks also stole 4 of 5 bases yesterday, attempts wise. So there are some elements. I know Aloy, I think, got to second on. There was an indifference on one of them, but there are some elements offensively. You played a good pitcher. You didn't play Cade Anderson yesterday, but there are some elements offensively that you were at least encouraged by a little bit more yesterday, especially with JT. I mean, and Charles Davlon, I think, had 2 hits and 1 walk, too, if I remember that right. Yep, 2 hits and 1 walk. So a couple guys, Aloy gets 2 hits. So a couple guys picking it up a little bit. I know there's been some struggles in the order in certain spots, but I like that I saw some improvement yesterday from a few of those guys, especially JT, who just had an unbelievable outing last night.
He gets lost in lost in the shadow of a no-hit performance. But, one thing we haven't really dove in on yet is Gage Wood struck out 19. We talk about the no-hitter. 19 of 28 batters faced fell to a strikeout. I mean, set the record for that as well in a 9-inning performance. So that was really the backbone of the crux of what happened in that no-hitter was the 19 strikeouts where he just had them fooled.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was on one yesterday. I don't know if we'll ever see something like that in a Razorback uniform again, pitching-wise. Hopefully we'll see some hitting performances down the stretch as Arkansas tries to keep it going here in Omaha starting tonight at 6 o'clock. We'll, of course, keep you updated here on ESPN Arkansas and hitthatline.com what's happening with the games and the scheduling and everything else.
Hey, looking right now at Gaston's White River Resorts Facebook page, and it's amazing as I scroll through all the stories that they get tagged in where it's our 3rd or 4th or 15th or 20th year in a row that they have been talking or mentioning that, hey, this is now a family tradition for us. So this is certainly something that, when you look at a place to build memories and to do things that your kids are going to remember well beyond you. Your kids get to a point where gifts don't mean as much, memories mean more. Gaston's is the place to think about. So build those family memories this summer. Have those pictures that you'll always cherish and those memories that you'll always love with that, with your son or your daughter holding out that big trophy brown or rainbow. Gaston's White River Resort is the place to do it. 870-431-5202 is their number. 870-431-5202. Gaston's White River Resort. A first-class time every time.
Call or text the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963. Lewis Automotive Group, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 79 years.
Need a new fence but not ready to pay all at once? The Fence Man, serving Fort Smith for over 40 years, offers 18-month financing so you can secure your home or office now and pay over time. Free quotes, custom designs, and the expertise to accomplish what most can't. Call 479-782-3936 or visit thefencemanAR.com. The Fence Man, he ain't afraid of no work.
Since 2009, the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery has provided more than $1 billion in scholarships to thousands of Arkansans just like you. So thanks a billion, Arkansas. If you'd like to apply for the scholarship, simply go to sams.adhe.edu and fill out the information. And just like that, you're applied. The deadline's coming up, so don't forget. Apply now at sams.adhe.edu.
Knocks down the lane, shot goes and one.
This is the Morning Rush.
Hi, everybody. Larry Rath here for Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, where all we do is keep you rolling. If you're looking for the best used car your money can buy, check out our great selection of road-ready certified vehicles with warranty. If you're trading or selling your car, let us give you a free second opinion and leave with a check in your hand. If you're keeping the car you have, let us take care of it for you in the Meineke Car Care Center. Plus, follow us on Facebook for special offers and fun contests. All the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, Fort Smith.
Budweiser, the American lager. A time-honored recipe, true to our original process, brewed using the choicest hops, rice, and best barley malt, delivering great quality beer since 1876. Budweiser, this Bud's for you. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2024 Anheuser-Busch Budweiser Lager Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Adventure doesn't wait, and neither should you. Start your next journey at Arkansas's #1 fifth wheel dealer, Wheels RV in Northwest Arkansas. No matter the size of your family or your budget, Wheels RV has a new travel trailer or fifth wheel to help you explore the great outdoors. And with our exclusive lifetime warranty on every new RV, you can hit the open road with peace of mind. Come see us on 412 in Tawnytown or check us out at wheelsrv.net. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Here's to you and yours from the friendly folks at In Good Spirits, your upscale liquor store in Fort Smith. At In Good Spirits, they've got what your taste buds are craving, including flavorful wines from around the world, scrumptious brandies and liqueurs, tempting whiskeys and beers, and fine cigars. Treat yourself to the best as you listen to the game. Check out In Good Spirits, 12100 Highway 71 South, across from Riley Farms in Fort Smith.
Dozy Place has now been serving award-winning steaks for over 20 years. Celebrate your special birthday, holiday, person, or just because at Dozy Place. Start with delicious appetizers and your choice of drinks from the largest selection of wines, beer, and liquor in the River Valley. Dozy Place is open Tuesday through Thursday 5 till 9 and Friday and Saturday 5 till 10. Reservations are recommended, so call 784-9111. 784-9111 for Dozy Place, 422 North 3rd Street, Fort Smith.
There's only one place to buy fireworks at wholesale prices. Hey guys, I'm Chris Brewer, the owner of USA Fireworks in Arkansas. The best way to purchase your fireworks show is at wholesale prices. Get more fireworks for your money at USA Fireworks Wholesale. If you're interested in purchasing a fireworks show at wholesale prices, send us a message on our website at usafireworks.org. That's usafireworks.org. Go Hogs.
At the toe, it's gotta be Jelco for hard work and the great outdoors.
with quality, price, and comfort you like, and savings that you're looking for.
We've got the shoes and boots, steel toes too, outerwear and a whole lot more.
Head to toe, it's gotta be gel coat.
Oh, hard work and the great outdoors.
This is Daryl Johnston with Hashtag Managed IT Services. We are excited to now be part of AAA Business Systems. Hashtag will continue to handle every IT need your business will have, and now, as part of AAA Business Systems, we can handle all of your document printing and storage solutions. Together, we have the expertise to meet all of your office technology needs. Find us online at aaabm.com or call us at 471-1771.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Number you live every.
The worldwide leader in sports.
It was her first ball game with my wife, and we ended up on that field. We were in section 104.
Brother, you just turned the light bulb on. You gotta go with somebody. At least I go with a winner.
Tommy, they're great.
You're listening to The Morning Rush with Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft.
Call or text the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963.
We will see you tomorrow.
Is anyone else thinking that when Gage completed?
That's you should have used the old school Jack Buck, not Joe Buck, Jack Buck, Kirby Puckett's. That's the one we needed right there. The old school. We'll see you tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night. I know.
Did you know there were? Did you even know there were two?
I know that was an ode to his late father when he made that call. What was it in 2011 against the Rangers? But,
Puckett's. What would that be? If Phil's there, he'll know. 91, 92, somewhere there in there. When Kirby Puckett. 91.
The World Series, that was the 91 series.
91 series. I knew it was right there in the early 90s when Jack Buck.
Headed off Charlie Liebrandt.
In the old Metrodome, right? Had the glass fence out there, the plexiglass
We
fence.
will see you tomorrow.
And we will see you tomorrow night.
I was the biggest Twins fan in that series, man. That was when I started to really hate the Braves for about 20 years.
Hey, your franchise's best player's been in town with his
God, I feel
girlfriend.
so sorry for him.
For dating Livy?
Well, for one thing, he's got to wear purple whenever he shows up here.
Oh yeah.
Two, he works for the Pirates. That's awful.
It's tough. It's tough. You were just showing me. By the way, go ahead, Tommy.
I think we'd all change places with him. I'd wear purple too.
Yeah.
I'd figure it out.
By the way,
we'd all like to be him about midnight.
30 or 40 minutes from now, Gage is going to go on the Pat McAfee show, and he's making his rounds. I know Patrick Mahomes put something out about him. Cal, Jeff Passan was talking about him right after the game concluded. Anthony Black, D-Mac. Did we pull, and this is my fault if I didn't get it on there, did we get the, I forgot to do that. I got that wood.
That wood?
I know there's going to be a lot of references to Wood after Gage's performance last night. All right, so speaking of Gage, our CJ's Trivia Tuesday kind of revolves around him. So let's get into it.
Anybody interested in grabbing a couple of burgers?
Those are good burgers, brother.
How's your burger? My God.
This is CJ's Trivia Tuesday, presented by CJ's Butcher Boy Burgers in Fayetteville and Russellville.
I got the shakes that'll make you quit. I got the fries that'll cross your eyes. I got the burgers that'll... I just got burgers.
When all you do are burgers, they have to be the best.
All right, rather than calling, we're going to give text on this question today. So if you know the answer, you need to text, not call. Text in the Lewis Automotive Group hotline at 877-377-6963. Hagen Smith had one of the best performances that we've seen in a Razorback uniform against Oregon State. Gage Wood just had one as well. Gage actually surpassed Hagen's strikeout total during the course of a game, which was 17. Hagen tied someone else with that stat. Who is the Arkansas pitcher, I'll even give you the year, in 2007 that had 17 strikeouts, just like Hagen Smith did? 17. 877-377-6963. You've got to text us the answer to that question. Do you know off the top of your head?
I know the right answer, yes, but I learned the term country strong from when this guy was pitching in the minor leagues and shoved against the Travelers.
Okay.
And his catcher described him as he's country strong.
Country strong.
That's
Again,
right.
The same pitcher. And we have the correct answer. I got to go down a little bit. Congratulations to Ben in Springdale. Jess Todd.
Yeah.
Country strong is the correct answer.
He had a heavy fastball. He had a sinker, too, if I remember correctly. So a different style pitcher than Gage Wood. But real good stuff, too.
Congratulations. We will get your information off air. Where'd it go? A guy from Nick and was it Nick? Yeah. We'll get the information
said
off
it.
air.
Ben in
Well, no,
Springdale.
it just like
Ben
it just
in
shot.
Springdale.
Ben in Springdale. It shot like I'm not kidding. It just disappeared on my phone. So Ben in Springdale. Thank you, Colton. Ben in Springdale. You have won a $25 gift card to CJ's Butcher Boy Burgers. I know Keith Wilson was pumped about last night. Him and his team whipping up the best burgers, fries, and shakes around here in Arkansas in both Fayetteville and in Russellville. CJ's Butcher Boy Burgers. When all you do are burgers, they have to be the best. Phil, what are you talking about on halftime today? Any guesses? Any
I
ideas?
think there was an NBA Finals game yesterday. That's it.
That's it. Okay.
That stands out and stands strong. Call the Fence Man. 479-782-3936. Serving the Fort Smith area for over 40 years. The Fence Man builds custom